Hi, good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome you here on our online event of ClickPolit, the project, a European project that WRO LAS has the honor to participate. And this is the online event for a non-competitive category of how the schools and their teams can solve, let's say, or introduce solutions to the light pollution phenomenon. And at the beginning, I would like to welcome Frances McCarthy from BlackRock Observatory, and she's our project coordinator. And it's an honor to have us with you, Frances. And of course, I'd like to welcome also George Subazoglu and Konstantinos Bezaitis here from Athens as well, that they will be our mentors today. So I'd like a few words from you at the beginning, Frances, about the project, what it's about, and what we will do today in the next 2 hours.
Aris, thank you so much for hosting this and inviting me to just say our few words as we welcome you to this first time that we're taking over the previous 2 years and engaging our full European partners. So we're welcoming student teams from across Europe. We are delighted that you have taken your interest and knowledge and use of the little devices. You can probably teach me a lot about how this works. I have one, but I'm not great with it. As we have included the topic of light pollution. Now, I work at a research observatory. Light pollution is a daily event for me, something that impacts our enjoyment of the night sky, our sense of wonder about where we are in the cosmos. And as industrialization increases, as people like light at night, we're finding that we're no longer as connected to the skies. And of course, there are multiple other effects on human health, effects on how we perceive ourselves, not only as part of the cosmos, but physically how we respond to light at night. This increasing problem is recognized by the International Astronomical Union. So the IAU have an outreach department that even yesterday said light pollution is rapidly becoming a major threat to our skies, environment, and health. They asked, how are you trying to save our dark and quiet skies? And they asked for us to tell them about it in their survey. I replied to them and said, we have student teams from across Europe sharing their robotic solutions today. So I'm delighted that this is being broadcast live, being shared for anybody who would like to see it as you present what you have decided to do. And we will have a record to share with policymakers that this is something that we perceive as being important. And we've identified ways that we can take action. And that is what ClickPolit is about: light pollution threat and climate action. Thank you so much, and over to our student teams.
All right. Thank you, Frances, for your encouraging words and generally saying to us what ClickPolit is about. ClickPolit is a very easy project. I mean, in terms of finding it at the web, because you just type clickpolit.eu, and I will put it in the comments of our YouTube channel that we are broadcasting live right now from Athens. And we will have schools from Greece and from Portugal mainly. And just I have a small surprise for you, Frances. There is a Bulgarian school from Vraca, which is 100 kilometers north of Sofia in Bulgaria, that they will be watching us this time that we're speaking, and they are having a workshop about light pollution this particular week. So this is quite an influence. So I'm Aris Louvris and from WRO LAS, and we have our first school with us. We gave somehow a priority to the Greek schools because of the time difference between Greece and Portugal. So there is this continuous flow, and each team from the school, either from Greece or Portugal, will have about 10 minutes, and it's about time.
Hello.
Hello. Of Galazzi, the team of Revolution, along with their coach teacher, Mrs. Vicky Payali. The stage is yours, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning. We're the Revolution team. The system that we have made monitors city light emissions, as well as the atmospheric conditions, assisting management efforts from scientists. Furthermore, we have created a channel in ThinkSpeak where the data is sent for experts to study them, and we have also created a mobile app so that we can raise public awareness and provoke people to take action about it.
So, this is a system that we created. It's not visible quite well on camera. It's not visible quite well on camera, but I'm gonna we're gonna break down what we have here and what the sensors we applied the system on. So, first of all, we have the microcontroller, in which we control this whole system.
It's a microbit.
It's a microcontroller, of course. And these are the following sensors that we adapted to our system. First of all, here we have a photoresistor that's placed looking upwards for measuring the brightness levels of the night sky. It was preferred over the microbit's built-in light sensor due to higher sensitivity. Next, we have a humidity sensor right here, that with which we can measure temperature and humidity of the environment. We have a barometer, this one right here, for measuring the atmospheric pressure. And also we have a motion detector, which isn't visible on the photo right there, but it's placed looking to the streets right here in order to activate the lights whenever needed. After that, we have also connected two LCD screens with which we can show some of our values and some important information related to our system and our
Specifically, the first screen, we can actually see the current event in this specific circumstance. It is the moon that covers 50% of the light, and right under that there is the setting in which the street lamps are set to, and this setting is determined on the night event. For instance, now that it is moon, 50% of the light is coming from the moon, so
the astronomical observation on the screenshot
is the example.
But here, since 50% is covered by the moon, the lights are going to be 50%, so it's perfectly balanced and there is no excess light. On the second screen, we can actually see the connection status of the microbit with the internet.
Because we have a Wi-Fi module on the roof as well.
As well as the connection status from the microbit to the ThinkSpeak. Moreover, we can see the average of the values that are collected from those sensors, and the averages are shown between 15-second intervals, and in between those 50 seconds, the raw values are displayed. Lastly, we have a small indication that describes, that has a descriptive term of what part of the day corresponds to the brightness level of that time of the night. For instance, if it is too bright, above 150 points in the light measurement, it will show bright, and as we go lower, it will have a different reading.
So,
After that,
now let's talk about our application.
they will create it for the public.
So with the help of Meetup Inventor, we have created an application called Revolution, and consists four screens.
Different screens.
On the first screen, citizens are informed about the values of the light level, the humidity and the temperature. On the second screen, citizens are informed about what light pollution is and what consequences it have on night sleep, astronomical observations,
Bird migration.
and
Sea
the hazard of the sea turtles. And the third screen, people are informed about what they can do to reducing the light pollution. For example, by closing the unnecessary indoor door lights, or by closing curtains or blinds in the night.
Mhm.
And
Right.
last, on this fourth screen, people can find more links from websites who can learn more about the light pollution.
Mhm.
Hello.
And you can download our app
By
using
scanning QR
The QR code
this
over there.
QR code. That's all from us. Thank you.
Wow. What can I say?
Very much.
Konstantinos and George, please.
We tried hard.
It's a very, very, very nice and interesting project. You have incorporated many technologies as we saw, App Inventor, microcontroller, sensors, and a very clever idea. Do you live in a country with big light pollution problem?
Yes, we live. We see open globe at night. We can see the measurements are above average, and we need to do something about it. We are out at our balconies, and we see the sky is luminous at night.
When was the last time that you saw a very clean sky?
We don't see a clean sky. No, we don't see stars. We can't see the stars, even the brightest ones.
Only in the summer, perhaps?
In the summer, when we are at the beach, yes,
Yeah.
it's very nice. When we don't have artificial light.
Okay, so before we begin with the technical questions, could you briefly explain one simple effect in your daily life that made you think for a solution for light pollution? A simple effect that made you empathize with the problem and think for a solution.
Basically, was what our coach said, is that we observed the sky and we saw that we didn't see any sky objects, no stars, only the moon at some occasions. Moon was above our country, and other than that, we also noticed that the street lights when we went outside at night were too bright, and we thought that was the reason why we couldn't see anything on the sky.
Okay, thank you very much. So,
It's hard to think about it, that we can't see anything
all right.
of our actions.
Obviously, this is a very complex structure with many sensors, as Mr. Sovagioglu said. Could you briefly explain one simple automation of your project in terms of data input, data analysis, and some kind of reaction? Just a simple automation.
A simple information.
All of these that you have provided.
What do you mean by automation?
So there's no automation. Okay.
What do you mean by that, by automation?
Automation is a process that you get some input from a sensor, and you
Yes.
have programmed your microcontroller to analyze this data and
Yes.
then produce a reaction. Could you explain
this
one simple
by-
automation?
Yes, we do this by πώς λέμε, κάνουμε τα settings, ενεργοποιούμε, by activating the settings of the street lights.
By adapting the street lights settings according to the two to four measurements that we got, and we adjust the lights accordingly.
At first, they're at maximum brightness, and after the first measurements, they adjust to our needs.
So what's the sensor for this automation?
The sensor for this automation is the light, the photoresistor, of course, as well as the barometer, because atmospheric conditions together with.
Okay, so and the analysis happens in the microcontroller, which is, as you said, the microbit, right?
Over here.
Okay, and what's the reaction that is being produced by this analysis?
By this analysis, the lights are white. They change to warm light. That's healthier for our lives.
Okay.
At first, it was brighter, at maximum brightness.
And the brightness is...
All right, thank you very much. So one more question. You said that you have used an atmospheric pressure sensor. What's the idea behind this sensor? How would you use that?
Mainly for the scientists.
How is it related to light pollution, the atmospheric pressure sensor?
Atmospheric pressure sensor. Because together with the light levels, which is a direct indicator of the brightness of the sky, the atmospheric conditions can also affect the brightness in certain ways, with the temperature and humidity, because the humidity can make the sky a little bit more muddy.
Okay, thank you very much. And I have one last question for you.
It can affect the placement, the positions of the clouds. Also.
Okay. Okay. One last question is, could you please explain what each one of you did on this project?
I was, for me personally, ασχολούμαι πώς είναι. I was working more on the code, basically. I was working on the code. And what we would do, like how it would work, and together.
Right. And the next one?
I was working more on how the structure, how it was, this project was structured. For instance, I helped with the lights, the building,
the making of our mockup.
Yes, basically the making of our mockup.
He structured the whole mockup together.
The modeling, okay.
The modeling.
And I was working more with the app. I found the information, and with Miss, we made the app.
You made some adjustments as well.
Yes.
You made some adjustments, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, guys, I think you've done great, and thank you very much for your efforts. We did see you at the final contest as well on 30th of March, and it was a nice experience, I think, for you as well. So I'd like now to go on along with our next team, and we'll go up north and to the eastern part of Greece, in Xanthi, where LightGuards innovators are waiting for us. So, Revolution team, thank you very much for your efforts. You will have your results afterwards. So,
thank you.
LightGuards, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much.
Hello there, good morning. Let me present your presentation. Do you see it? Can you see our presentation? Okay. So, begin, Flora.
Hey everyone, we are the LightGuards innovator from Thasos, representing STEM education of Xanthi in Klipolit. Our team, consisting of Marinos, Theodora, and our teacher Nikos, is on a mission to tackle light pollution.
Our bright idea, automatic street lights. Picture this, a cozy country road with two lanes where traffic flows in one direction. Our goal is simple, to save energy and shield our environment from unnecessary light. How? By using smart sensors to adjust LED light. We've got a trusty microbit doing all the heavy lift, picking up signals and making sure those lights only shine where needed. Here's the magic. These lights are cleverly designed to only kick into action at night, thanks to the microbit's light sensor, and they are super smart to only turning on full blast when a vehicle passes by, detected by the microbit's magnometer. When the road's empty, they dim down to 40% brightness, opposite of the microbit's PWM output. But wait, there is more. Researchers show we can save up to 70% more energy compared to the old-fashioned lights, plus using LED lights not only save energy but also fight against light pollution. How? Well, LED lights are like precision instruments, beaming light exactly where it's needed, reducing that annoying sky glow you see over cities. And get this, they even come in different shapes with warmer tones preferred for outdoor lights as they emit less from that pesky blue light that adds to sky glow. Now let's...
Here we demonstrate how the kilts calculated the car speed. They utilized the ultrasonic sensors, ultrasonic sensor distance. Let me show you the laser. Here it is. And as a constant factor, and measure the time difference between their alerts. An alert is a measurement lower than 5 centimeters. We also did the conversion between meter per second to kilometer per hour, so that we are more accurate and closer to reality, escaping from the microscale. Here's all the necessary microbits code that kids wrote. And here, finally, these are the variables that we print as a graphing microbits interface. Due to some technical difficulties, we couldn't print real-time data, but in a real case scenario, these graphs work perfectly correct. Now let's dim the lights and show your idea in action.
Η ιδέα μας είναι να καταπολεμήσουμε την φωτορρύπανση και να εξοικονομήσουμε ενέργεια. Εδώ έχουμε ένα μηχανικό δρόμο διπλής φλωρίδας χωρίς κατεύθυνση και θέλουμε να ρυθμίσουμε τα φώτα μέσω κάποιων αισθητήρων που έχουμε 4 αισθητήρες στην κατασκευή μας. Ο πρώτος αισθητήρας είναι ένας αισθητήρας οδός, ο οποίος καταλαβαίνει αν είναι πρωί ή κάτι, έχουμε σβήσει τα φώτα, άρα είναι πρωί, άμα το βγάλω είναι βράδυ. Επίσης έχουμε ένα μαγνητόμετρο, το οποίο θα καταλάβει ότι αυτό είναι ένα αυτοκίνητο, είναι τώρα ένα αυτοκίνητο από ένα ζώο και δεν είναι κάτι μαγνητικό για να καταλάβει ότι υπάρχει κάτι. Και σε συνδυασμό με αυτούς τους δύο αισθητήρες, οι οποίοι θα μετρήσουν τις αισθητήρες απόσταση, οι οποίοι θα μετρήσουν την ταχύτητα του αυτοκινήτου, θα μετρήσουν διαφορετικά αυτά τα διαφορετικά.
In conclusion, through our innovative project, these young participants have not only highlighted the importance of fighting light pollution, but have also showcased their potential to make a real difference in the world. Their dedication and creativity are a testament to the power of youth in addressing environmental challenges. Thank you for the opportunity to witness their inspiring work.
Wow, that was a great presentation as well. Thank you, guys. And I think there are some participants from the island of from Thasos there, right?
Yes, this is the one.
If I'm not mistaken. All right. Before giving the word to George and Konstantinos, I'd like a few words from Francis for what she has seen so far. So
I'm very impressed so far. I like the idea of recognizing that light is required. We're not telling everybody turn off the lights all the time. And the fact that you're using sensors to determine, is it dark? Is there a car? And then we're going to have light, is showing a reflection of modern society, of our needs, that we can't just turn it off. We have to be a little bit more subtle, a little bit more analyzing, a little bit more paying attention to the conditions. So I love the way that you have approached this with a recognition of the realities of the world and how we may want something, but we have to reflect the modern world that we live in. So I'm very impressed with that.
Okay, thank you, Francis. Just a few words that the teams that they are presenting, they can still afterwards watch the other teams from the YouTube channel of WRO Hellas that we are broadcasting live right now from Athens. And George, Kostas, Konstantinos, please.
Okay, thank you very much for your presentation, because it was really informative and very nice. So my first question is, before you started with the construction of the project, did you do any previous research on the light pollution problems of your area? Or how did you start your thoughts on this project? What was the first thought you did?
I cannot translate the question to the kids because they're not so familiar with English speaking. Okay. So, ρωτάνε τι σας ήρθε, πώς σας ήρθε αυτή η ιδέα και τι σκεφτήκατε αρχικά για αυτό το project.
Εγώ θυμάμαι το μόνο ότι... επειδή υπήρχαν πολλά προβλήματα στον τόπο, επειδή έχουμε και ζώα στη Θάσο, είχαμε σκεφτεί να κάνουμε έναν τρόπο έτσι ώστε να προστατευτούν και αυτά και η μείωση της σκουτορίδας.
Okay, so Marino said that in Thassos they have many country roads, so there are animals that crossing by, so they had to figure out a solution for this problem, and then came up with this idea.
So has anyone, any kind of organization made any research in Thassos or nearby so far about light pollution? Have you seen any real-life examples of light pollution solutions in your city or in your village?
Ρωτώ αν έχουν δει ποτέ, αν έχετε δει κάποια εταιρεία ή κάποιο πρόγραμμα να κάνει κάποια μελέτη επιστημονική πάνω στο... No, they don't.
No.
They didn't have.
So they haven't even replaced traditional lights with LED lights on the streets or something?
Έχουν αντικαταστήσει τα LED φώτα στους δρόμους στη Θάσο ή έχετε τα παλιά?
I think yes.
They have.
Ναι, we have.
LED lights at country roads. Okay, they have LED lights at country roads.
Okay, can you briefly explain why LED lights are better than traditional lights in the streets?
Μπορείς να εξηγήσεις γιατί τα LED lights είναι καλύτερα από τα απλά?
Because LED lights
consumes
less energy, okay. And they can even αλλάξουν φως, χρώμα στο φως. They can even be in warmer tones, which is preferred from outdoor lights.
Okay, so a more technical question. Can you explain in simple terms how microbit detects and measures light?
μπορεί να ανοιχνεύσει το φως στο microbit and what detects the light and
how it detects and how it measures it.
Okay. No. Yes. No.
With a microbit light sensor.
Where is it located?
What?
Where is the microbit light sensor located on the microbit chip?
In the microbit.
Okay. So one more last question from me. So you're in junior high school, you're like first year or second year?
Second year.
So you do physics for almost 2 years now. Have you noticed any similarities or similar aspects of your project with your junior high school physics? Did you learn anything more from your project?
Αν έχεις δει κάποια συσχέτιση με τη φυσική του σχολείου, ας πούμε, κάτι που κάνεις στο σχολείο και αν έχεις μάθει κάτι παραπάνω μέσα από αυτό το πρόγραμμα.
No, in the school we have learned how to measure the speed. I don't know.
But you applied it in a real world case scenario. Okay.
In the real world.
Okay, thank you very much.
Can you see stars over Thasos?
Sorry, what?
What?
Can you see stars over Thasos?
Μπορείς να δεις αστέρια στη Θάσο?
Yeah.
Theodora said yes.
So you are lucky. You are very lucky because we have much time to see stars here in Athens. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Congrats for your project. And as we are the hosts of this online event, I'd like to give the stage to a Portuguese school that they participate with 4 teams. So it's Maria do Rosario Tavares, the teacher from this school, and I'd like her to show us the project from the first team. Are you ready, Escola Casaveros? Okay, now you're muted.
We are almost ready.
So the stage, that's nice. You're always ready and you should be. So the stage is yours. Thank you.
Can we start?
Yes, of course you can.
So, we are the Iluminados. And our group is composed by me, João Pedro, me, Abel, me, Rodrigo Pinheiro, me, Tomás. And we are from Secundária Cascavelos. Hello. Today we are going to talk about an important factor, the poluição luminosa. Light pollution. This is our project that we did, and it simulates how do you say? It's houses all in one city, and the objective is to eliminate the light pollution.
Eliminate.
So our candles are programmed to every time so every time any person pass by. Okay. Like if a person pass by this turn on, like this light you can see, but this turn on, and then once someone gets to this point here, it's another LED. This so this turn on. So this turn on and this one turns off. Yeah, we think our maquette, our model can serve to solve. Yeah, that's it.
Guys, I'd like you to get serious, please, and you can proceed with the name of your team and go on with your presentation. Thank you.
We are not good to speak English, so that's why we are laughing, because we know we aren't saying the correct things in English, and we don't know to speak English very well. So we are
That's okay. That's okay. That's no problem. Say it as simple as you can. Thank you.
Can we restart? Can we?
Yes, please.
Okay, sorry. So, we are the Illuminati. Our group is composed by me, João Pedro. I'm Abel. I'm Rodrigo. I'm March. So, we are from Secundária Carcavelos. So, today we are going to talk about our model that we've made. And the important factor, light pollution. So, our model, in this case, was built to simulate a block with candles. With the objective to eliminate light pollution. So how did we make it? We make it in a MakeCode, as you guys know, with microbeads. That's what we've used, and then we program for anytime someone passes by one of these three lights, this one turns on, and when someone gets to this point, this one turns off and this one turns on. It's a very good example, and the lights just focus in one point. That's the objective of eliminating light pollution, and yeah, that's the main thing. Then we pass by why did we make this model? We made this model to have a solution to solve light pollution and this big problem we are living in this case, light pollution. Yeah, and that's yeah, that's it. Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you. George Konstantinos.
A very small question. Does the color of the street affect the light pollution effect?
Can you repeat? We didn't hear very good.
Okay. Does the color of the street can affect the light pollution effect?
A cor da rua afeta. Yes, it affects. Yes. Yes, it affects. So why? Because like, as you know, I don't know. Because when the color is like too bright, it's gonna focus. The light is gonna focus in that. So if you do like, I think, I don't know, but I think if we do this with like darker colors, it's gonna be better to the environment.
Okay, so you obviously had much fun doing the project. I can see that. But what did you learn about light pollution through your project in the end? What's the most important thing that you learned?
Okay, so we learned that the light pollution affects the life of many animals, like birds, because it does the pollution to the habitats. And to the we can see, but the astronomers can see the stars very good, So if we have if we have darker lights, it's gonna be better for
And focus on
for the
one
lives
point.
of the people and the animals.
Okay, so you are a team of 4 students,
Yes.
right? 4 students.
Yes.
Okay. What did each one of you do?
So I did the programmation, like the turn on and the turn off. This is on, but you can't see, but this is on. And they did the model, and he helped us with everything, with the model and with the programmation.
Okay, can you explain what sensor you used in your project?
What? Can you repeat, please?
Can you explain what sensors you used in your project?
Sensor of movement. Movement. With the movement. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, you're
All
welcome.
right, guys. You have a nice mock-up there. Congrats for your efforts. Maria, thank you. You can always interfere, please.
Oh, sorry, just for a minute. They have less little time to do the work. We don't have help of ITC teachers because they now have theater instead ITC. So that's why it's a possible work that they have.
Okay, it's a very nice effort and good effort, and I'd like to congratulate the kids. So we are now ready to proceed with the first junior high school from Tumba, Thessaloniki, up north. Thank you, guys. We'll come up with your school later on. And okay, we see one student from first the gymnasium of Tumba. Guys, the stage is yours.
Hello. Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Dimitrios Nastoulas was not able to come here today. Something important came up, so I'm all alone. I will present our work by myself. So, let me begin. Good morning. My name is Sotiriadis Rafael Nikolaos, and I represent the team STEM Tubas of the first junior high school of Tumba, Thessaloniki, from Greece. Our team, STEM Tuba, decided to take part in the open category light pollution. We were very concerned about the issue of light pollution, and we decided to propose a solution as well. We focused on light pollution and decided to make light columns that open when cars come across. We propose the construction of lightning column that will work with a sensor. When an object such as a car or a pedestrian approaches, the lights will turn on, and when the object moves away, the lights will turn off or dim. We created our construction in 2 ways, with an Arduino controller and a microbit controller. In a real environment, the circuit can work both with individual lightning columns and with lightning clusters. The STEM Tumba team involved in the project consists of 10 students and worked for 4 months to prepare the constructions and the code that you will see in the video. Good morning. The robotics team of the first junior high school of Tumba in Thessaloniki started working this school year for the first time in our school. The participant students are from all 3 classes. We decided to participate in the STEM 2024 competition in the open category of the junior high school with the subject of light pollution, wanting to contribute to tackling this phenomenon. We proposed the construction of a lightning column with a built-in distance detector. When a car approaches, the brightness of the lamp will increase, and where there are no cars passing, the brightness will decrease. Firstly, we built a circuit based on the Arduino controller. We pre-annotated the circuit through the Tinkercad platform. Then, we created the actual build and ported the code into C++ programming language for the Arduino controller. This lightning column operates in a way that will achieve a reduction in light pollution as well as energy savings. Also, data from light scattering can be recorded for further statistical processing. After that, we also built a lightning column based on the microbit controller, and you can see both constructions in operation in our video. The construction with a microbit controller gives us, firstly, the possibility to increase and decrease the maximum brightness, button A, and secondly, to change the lightning color, button B, in order to be able to study even better the effects of light pollution in the environment. We hope that our proposal will find application on the highways, contributing to the reduction of light pollution and energy savings. Thank you so much for your attention. Well, we hope our idea, and together with other similar ideas, will lead to solutions that will really protect the environment in which we live every day. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. What is your name?
Rafael Sotiriadis.
Okay, Rafael, thank you very much. You are representing the team right now.
Yes, I am.
And congratulations to you for your nice presentation, for speaking in English so well, and also for showing us the project that now Konstantinos and George will comment on. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much for your presentation. Can you explain one simple effect or a simple example of light pollution in your city?
Can you please repeat? I didn't quite get that.
I'd like to hear one simple example of light pollution effect in your city.
Yes.
What have you noticed as a light pollution effect?
Where we live, there are many stadiums of football teams, and usually during matches, they have bright lights shining at the sky, and with that, the stars and all of the beautiful sky gets blocked from light pollution. So we decided to take action and use some of we want to decrease the light pollution in our area because we can't have that kind of beauty missing to all of our residents.
Yeah, nice. Thank you very much. So I noticed that you have two different projects and two different constructions. One of them was based on microbit, and the other one was based on Arduino.
That is correct.
Right? Yes. So, which one was easier? Which one was harder? And which one would you prefer, and why?
Well, I think that the Arduino was much harder because we had to make all of the column by ourselves, and the microbit column was far more easier because we used kinds of bricks to construct it, and the whole process was much quicker and easier. But if I had to choose one of the two, it would be the microbit because of its ability to dim the lights instead of closing them completely.
Okay, that is a very interesting answer. So, so you used a distance sensor to detect if something is below your street light, correct?
Correct.
Do you think that there would be a way to differentiate or to examine if that thing is a car or a pedestrian and change the behavior of the light? Would it be useful, or do you think that it's enough if anything passes below the street light that it turns on? Because, for example, if a car passes by, it goes by at a certain speed, it might need lower time for the light to be turned on.
So, I believe that what we have done right now is quite good enough, but with far more complex and improved mechanisms, we could make it work in order to recognize if it is a person or a car driving by and set the speeds of the light at certain times.
Okay. Any other question, Mr. Giorgio?
No, I don't have another question, but I have to say that you can dim the lights with Arduino if you want. If you want, you can dim the lights using the PWM command. Analog output with a value, 0 to 225. So it was a very good project. Very good project, yes. And I was very happy to see robotic cars making follow the line. It's the first project with follow the line robocars. Thank you very much.
So one last question. The most difficult part of your project, what would you say that would be?
I think that it would be the struggles with the code, the errors that would come up during coding, and we would have to research how to fix them. That would be the hardest part of all of the project.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rafael. Thank you for your nice presentation and for representing the team. You are quite a presenter today, so congratulations to your team. And I'd like to introduce now and give the stage to Diana Schumit from Greece and Athens, particularly, with the Light Pollution Solution, her team. Diana, the stage is yours.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for this opportunity to present our solution. We're very happy to be here. I want to thank very much the organizers, Aris, for your support. Thank you very much. For us, this participation has a very special value because we are a private team. So we set it up our team privately. We're not we're not represented the school. We're just a group of friends, parents and kids. And we decided to set up this project and participate in this program.
But still, the kids do study in schools, and I can see one of your students now from his school that he's connected. That's Petros. So, Petros, good morning to you as well.
Good morning. How do you do?
That's exactly what I wanted to say, that because we are a private team, it was difficult for the kids to connect to this broadcast, and actually only Petros made it from his school, so we're not on the same location. And because of that, I'm going to give a quick presentation of the overall solution, and then Petros is going to explain a few things, and I will have to show, as much as possible. And since we are not in the same place. Just a few things, a few facts about our history. We've heard about this project quite late. So it was a late decision. We did not have enough time. So we were thinking, should we do it? Maybe not. At the end, we decided to do it. So it was a very stressful period with a lot of work weekends, actually all the weekends sometimes. Because practically we started on February and we had to present the solution to the national STEM competition, which was in March. So the idea, the kids, they like the idea very much, and also as adults, because in Greece we have very great night skies, we love astronomy, so light pollution is something which is a very common experience for us and for the children, especially during summer holidays, that we go to country places, rural places where there's not much light. So there, actually, you can realize the effect of light pollution, because when we live in the city, we're pretty much used to it. So this was the basis of our idea. We decided to take it step by step because we didn't have time. So initially we said we are going to set up one sensor and set up an automation system which is going to switch on the lights on a small country road whenever they are needed. In a small country road where the traffic is very low, when a car passes by, it makes sense to have the lights on, and then we switch them off with the automation system we created. So we thought that initially we were going to do that, one sensor and which switches off and on the lights. And then if we had the time, we were going to add another sensor and calculate the velocity of the car by the signals of the sensor when the car is passing. Actually, we didn't have the time to finish the second level, although Petros did the programming, and I think he was a bit disappointed that we didn't manage to do that. Also, the kids, they have a lot of ideas about improvements. I think Petros is going to talk about this. So I don't want to say any more, about our introduction. I just wanted to make our history, the team history, because I think we are not, a usual setup where a school participates in such a project. So I will try to show you our system, how it works. I have to change the laptop. Please give me 1 minute to locate the laptop in a different position.
Okay, so take your time, Diana. Petros, would you like to add a few words since? Okay, thank you.
Yes, can you hear me?
Of course, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, as Miss Diana said, we wanted to add some more things like a program that will calculate what day of year is, or so when night comes, the sensors will turn on to save more energy, and also to have a more lifespan, the sensors. Something we would also want to add. Actually, we had plenty of ideas for what we could add, but the time was very limited and it was very difficult to meet all together, so it was like impossible. Now, in the project we made now, actually what happens is when a car passes by from a ultrasound sensor, the lights open with a time delay and close after some time. We also use a transistor to achieve that because it says if it detects signal, the ultrasound sensor, the transistor lets the lights to turn on. We used microbit and make code to program the project, the whole project. And we said that when, and more specifically, we say that if the distance is between 4 centimeters of the ultrasound sensor detects a signal in 5 centimeters, will turn on the lights. The problem there that exists is that when the ultrasound sensor cannot detect if it's a vehicle or an animal or whatever thing we imagine. So in the actual project, in reality, would use an AI tool in order to detect if it's a car or not, in order to light on the respective lights. Yes. Yeah, I think
Okay.
that's the main idea.
All right. Thank you, Petros. Diana?
I would like now to demonstrate how the system works.
All right.
So I'm placing a car.
Okay.
Probably you cannot see it, right?
You take the whole idea, I think.
So when the car passes by from the sensor, which is here, the lights are off. And then when it goes away, the lights are on, and then when it goes away, the lights are off.
Also, we thought that it would be very important to light on the lights a bit more and a bit more earlier and a bit more later, in order to make every circumstances that maybe the car stops for some time, maybe reduce the speed, may have some difficulties, may run so fast that we can't follow that pace. So we light the lights a bit more in order to be sure that we won't have any problem. We won't have any problem.
Nice. George Konstantinos?
Okay. I hear that you use a transistor in order to control the lights.
Yes, yes.
Is it correct? Why it is needed to use a transistor?
Because a transistor lets the voltage to pass or not. So if there is no transistors, the light cannot be, we cannot say that now the lights will turn on or they will turn off. So that's the way that we control the opening and close the lights.
Mm-hmm. You can't drive direct the lights from the output of microcontroller pin.
Can you repeat, please?
Yes. Which microcontroller did you use? Arduino, Microbit, which?
We used the Microbit, the microcontroller, and we programmed the whole program in Microsoft MakeCode, and we designed also the program in Tinkercad.
Nice. The question is why you didn't drive directly the LEDs from the output of the Microbit, and you used a transistor in order to drive the lights.
The main problem there is that we had the following problem. If we wanted to use more than 3 sources of 3 more ports in the Microbit, we had to make some changes in the whole system we worked there, and it was impossible due to a lack of time. And so we decided to make a transistor in order to able to control 2 lights in once, because if we wanted to control each light with a different port hub, we had to remake the whole project, and the time was missing.
Actually, I think, okay, I think I should answer this question, because we didn't use LEDs. We used traditional lamps in order to have a stronger light. So it was not possible to power these lamps from Microbit. We had to use external batteries, and that's why we had to use the transistors.
Yes. But in the real life environment, we will use only LEDs, because in the same voltage, a traditional lamp and the LED provides more light than a traditional lamp, because in lamp, I think 90% of the energy is lost, and the LED is much. It provides more energy, more light.
Okay, that would be my question that I want to answer. What's the thought behind using traditional lamps versus light lamps? LED lamps?
There was no thought. It was just that we had these lamps available from another project, and also that the light was stronger. Because with the LEDs, it would be. We only had some very small LEDs that we thought they were not suitable for this. That's why.
And we have the fear of not working because if the voltage is too high, they may get destroyed. So we want to make sure that will work the project. So for safety reasons, we use traditional lamps.
Okay, so what was the initial research before the construction of the project?
We thought that in our villages, in our places we visit, we see many times the lights all the time turned on without
I think
the connection is
many people that want to observe the stars have difficulty with have difficulty because lights prevent the prevent from looking the stars because light is more strong and lots of stars and we can't see them.
Okay, and what was the most difficult part of the programming aspect of your project?
The most difficult part actually was making all the wires connected together because some parts are loose, some others were difficult to connect each other because we connected two wires and after some time the one wire was off, so the program was not working, and we see again the whole circuit, and again one other problem, and it was very confusing with all those wires from one place to another, you know.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nice
Thank
work.
you. Thank you very much.
Diana, and I'd like right now, to introduce a Portuguese team, Galaxy Lights, and put them on stage. So, thank you, Diana. Thank you, Petros, and Galaxy Lights, along with your teacher. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Please, the stage is yours.
Hello, I'm Luis Lima.
Hello, I'm Madalena.
And I'm Duarte. And we are here to show some solutions for the problem of light pollution, or at least diminish the problem. Now we are going to show a video who explains the most thing that we did during the project. Once we came across the problem of light pollution and how it affects our quotidian and the environment, we tried a robotic solution. Namely, the issues involves sleep quality, disturbance of fauna and flora ecosystems, and mainly the sky's view. Since 30% of population can't even see the Milky Way anymore, and it tends to increase due to urbanization, which brings with it the excessive lightening, we had some ideas.
For the code, we made the buff lights turn on to medium brightness in the start, and in the loop, the sensor rip tests if there is a person or not. If the sensor detects a person, it turns the lights to a higher brightness, and if it doesn't detect a person, it just stays with the medium brightness.
For this project we used white LEDs, a beer, a breadboard, some cables, a microbit and some resistors. And in the end it looks like this.
Now, the final project looks like this. We have open posts that in the middle we have a computer sensor that when detects something moving,
we'll turn the lights on for the people who are on the pathway to be able to see. And in the parts of the road, we'll have lights always on with a low intensity. And unfortunately, we couldn't make the lights use different intensities because the LED wouldn't permit us. So or it's on or it's off. And that's our presentation.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you, Luciana. Yeah, I'd like to see your teacher who inspired you for this project as well, and tell her, "Bom dia."
Bom dia. Hi. How are you?
Fine, thank you. You have a great team there. Your kids have done a very good job. And I'd like now George and Konstantinos to ask them a few things. Thanks.
Okay, so congratulations for your project. So you're a team of 3 students, okay? Right?
Right.
Okay, so can you explain what you each did for your project?
Well, I did the modeling in 3D of the models and of the models of the lamps, I mean.
I made the code for the microbit and for the lights to turn on and off.
And I turned on the system and made the scenery.
Okay, so you said that you made 3D modeling for your project, right?
Yes.
Right.
What software did you use for the modeling?
Tinkercad.
Yes. Tinkercad.
Oh, Tinkercad. Okay. Okay. And what sensors did you use for the project?
A PIR sensor.
Okay. Can you simply explain what the PIR sensor does?
PIR sensor is a movement sensor, but that uses infrared. So if something with heat passes through it, it detects and it sends a signal.
Okay. Any plan for expansion, for future expansion of your projects? What would you do next?
It would be to control the intensity of the lights, since we couldn't make that happen with this project, and we would we'll try to control the lights that are directed into the road, so that the cars would also have a light following them.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right, congratulations, guys. Of course, a beautiful girl among you. And Luciana, please help me out with this one. You are from Escola Secundaria José Salamango, right?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I said it correctly, I believe so. And there is Maria Perez also in this school. We'll see broadcast from Hi there.
Hi.
So you'll be on next. Shall we give you some time and another colleague from Portugal show their project? What do you say? Okay, so I give you some time to adjust, and then we proceed with another school from Portugal. Thank you, Marina, very much. And that will be Escola Carcevallos with their second team. They said before that they are always ready. So I'd like Maria do Rosario Tavares to come along with her team. Escola Carcevallos, can you hear us? Is the second team
Yes,
ready?
yes. Just a minute, please.
Okay, take your time. Of course, this is a live broadcast, and as well as you can understand, along with the questions of our mentors, George and Konstantinos today, and the projects that they are showing off in a live event, everything can happen. So we try to work out time as best as we can. And I'd like to thank Marilia for giving us the time for to her colleague in another school to present and show off. So when you're ready, team from Escola Carsavalos, you're on stage. You may as well unmute yourself.
Now we're ready.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Joana.
I'm you.
I'm Francisco.
And I'm Alex. We are the Less Light group. Our model's aim is to suggest a way to reduce light pollution. First, we started by making a sketch of the model.
Next, we set up the microbits for when the car passes through the sensor. The rear lights turn off and the front lights turn on. After setting up the microbit, we move on to connecting the cables. Third, we organized the materials to start the execution of the model.
It contains 2 buildings, a house with a swimming pool, a children's playground, and 8 lamps. Our model consists of presenting a way to reduce light pollution by projecting the light from the lamps to the floor to reducing the lighting time. Our model works like that. The car passes by the lights, the lamps, and while the car is passing, the lights turn on, and when he is gone, the lights turn off, like this. They pass, and they turn on.
Turn a little.
You probably can see the lights turning on, but they turn on. And the lights turn on. So it's like, I think it's all. Joana and Diogo made the part of connecting the cables here. The cables, it's inside the model, and we made like the
program. Program.
This is the program. It's here, everything. So yeah, it's basically that.
Nice. Okay.
Okay.
So thank you very much. It's a very nice and compact project. I want to ask you something because I can't see from here. What sensor did you use in order to detect the car passing?
Movement sensor. It's right here. You can see that it's here.
Okay, it's an infrared sensor. It's a microwave sensor. What technology the sensor uses?
It's IV. It's an IV sensor.
Okay.
It's here and the cables are inside.
Okay. So thank you.
Maria, you're always welcome to interfere, of course, and say a few words if you want.
We can't hear you very well.
Okay, we'll try to speak louder. Now, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay. So this was the second team from the specific school. And Maria, you're still there. You have 2 more teams. And I'd like now, congratulations to this team, Less Light. This is the name of the team. And I'd like now to introduce to the stage Microlumens from Mafra. So the stage is yours right now.
Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. We would like to start presenting a little PowerPoint. Is that possible?
Sorry?
Could we present the PowerPoint that we've done?
If you wish to present it, you can share it with us. Yes,
Okay.
let's do so.
Okay, so hi again. We are Microlumens, and we were presented as, well, this is our project, and we are presenting it. My name is Laura, and I'm the leader and the responsible for the circuit.
I'm Afonso, and I'm responsible for the programming part.
I am Katerina, and I am the responsible for the model.
Although we had separate tasks, everyone collaborated a little bit in every aspect of the work.
Our school, as you already must know, it's José Saramago Secondary School, and our role in this project is to decrease a little bit of the light pollution and save a lot of energy.
So with our project, if our project is brought up to real life, it will come up with some solutions. With it, we try to find a solution for the alarming problem that is light pollution. Light pollution affects the environment and the ecosystems, affects also negatively our health, and has a negative impact on astronomical observation, both from the Earth to the space, because, for example, we can see the stars, and it also affects it from the space to the Earth. For example, we can see the atmosphere in cities because it is too brighten. So if our idea, if our project is materialized in real life contexts, it will help decreasing some of these problems, and it will bring improvements on these areas.
We started our project by understanding the problem and trying to figure out an easy solution so it wouldn't be too complicated for us. And for this, we had to know what the sensors of the microbit were and learn how to use them correctly. So we knew how to do all of the stuff. We also built a wooden model that is here kind of less shown. And we planned the circuit with a battery and then changed it to the microbit so we were sure that it was all working. And finally, we just put the circuit inside the model, and that's our final project.
So our idea consists on using sensors of the sound and the light sensor of the microbit, detect the presence of cars through the sound and the available natural light. Then it will allow, we program the microbit to change the electrical tension that it provides to the circuit so that it can vary the light's intensity according to the available natural light and also according to the movement that there is on the road. So now we will show you exactly how our model is. So here's our model. As you can see, we have the microbit here. We have those tubes with the lights, with the LEDs that simulate the lamps on the roads. And then we have some metal strips so that the microbit can so that the car can make a sound that is detected by the microbit. Then when we already turned the lights off so to simulate like a night environment where there isn't available natural light. And when the car passes through those metal strips, it makes sounds, and then the lights turn on because of the sensor of the microbit that makes them do. Again, for example, now if we stop talking, the lights will turn off. Or not because of the windows. And then when we
When it makes the sound, the lights turn on.
I'm sorry, we're having a little bit of.
Okay, I'm impressed.
Thank you.
George, Konstantinos,
We still have some things to
please do so.
Yes.
Okay, so the circuit was pretty much an.
Oh, you are not.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
We are trying to share the PowerPoint.
Share again, yeah.
Yeah, take your time. It's okay.
Sorry.
Can you can speak?
Okay.
Okay, as I was saying, our circuit is pretty much a simple circuit. It only consists on 2 AAA batteries, 1 microbit, 4 LEDs, 1 breadboard and some wires. It might seem a little bit complicated by the picture, but this circuit consists on a parallel circuit of the LEDs, and that's pretty much it. We didn't do anything really special in here, but we did learn how to use the breadboard that we didn't knew at the beginning, and so it was pretty much an improvement in my opinion.
So the program, firstly, to give the energy, we're going to use a technique called PWM, or pulse width modulation, which basically is when we have when we are changing very quickly between giving full voltage, in this case 3 volts, or non-voltage at all. But also it lets us choose the proportion between the 3 volts time and the 0 volts time. And so when you do the average, it lets us basically choose any value between, in this case, 0 and 3 volts. So in the first block, we choose a value. The first value doesn't really matter. We choose to be always on the beginning to be 3 volts, as the scale goes from 0 to 1024. And the second value, second block, it's how long it's the on and off a cycle. How long is the on and off? We choose 1000 microseconds because it's normally a good value. Now, firstly, when we are going to change the PWM value, we never want it to exceed the 750, because that is the 2.2 volts, and these LEDs can only go up to 2.2. And the light and the sound scales, instead of going to 1024, they actually go to 0 to 256. I don't know why, it's just a thing of microbit. So the first part here, it's because at least our microbit has a not very good light sensor and low light levels, like for example a light level of 70, it's detected as a light level of 0. So this part is just basically to, if the microbit senses a slow light level, to assume it's a 40, to have a more medium point, to have like a rough average. So now we first see if there is any sound or if there is any cars, and we set the total light, that is the natural light, plus the LED's lights to be full, it needs to be 256. Then you calculate the LED's light with the formula, and then now we take the LED light and we change to the scale of the 1024, and that is now our value for the volts. The pause that we have here is just to have some time for the car to pass the road, and so that lights don't turn on and then turn off immediately. If there isn't any car, then we say that the total light, the natural light plus LED lights, needs to be half, 1028. Now we have this, then have this division, like where if there still needs light, so if there still needs to be LED's light, it's going to be the normal formula. But if there is already more light than enough, we say that the LED's light is 0. We do this so it would, because if it didn't, that would be negative LED lights if there is more light than what is needed, and that would mess the entire system. Then finally, it's the same thing. We transform it to the 1024 scale, and we update PMW value.
However, you might wonder, why should we win the competition? Thank you. Well, firstly, we do understand that light pollution is a very serious problem, meaning it has a very negative impact in our communities, such as the ecosystems, the atmospheres, or the visibility of stars, as well as some animals. And besides that, we have a pretty simple system which could be a real contribute for reproducing more and more easily, so that it's not really hard to produce them.
So during the realization of this project, we had some difficulties, some problems. The first of all was the programming problems, because we didn't really know how to use the microbit. It was the first time that we did. So it was hard at the beginning, and it was a huge process of learning, but after all, it went well and we were able to do it.
Another difficulty that we had was the problem with the sound, because at first we tried to do it with an old can, and but the can was not really enough to the microbit to hear it, let's say, and so it wasn't really loud enough for the program to work. And we did have some alternatives, and we ended up with these stripes that gives us enough sound for the microbit to work and to really understand this. Another thing was the breadboard, because we all didn't know how to use a breadboard, because we've never done anything with a breadboard exactly. So we needed to learn and understand how the breadboard worked before we could do the parallel system. And actually, in the beginning, we were just able to put 2 LEDs, I think, yeah, 2 LEDs at the same time, because we were doing it in series instead of in parallel, thinking otherwise.
So the last difficulty that we found was time management, because we are 3, so we had to find moments when the 3 of us were available to work, and it was a bit hard to manage all the project and school and our personal life.
And that's it. We thank you all for your attention.
Very nice work. Congratulations.
Thank you.
George, Konstantinos.
So thank you very much for your presentation. It was really, really well thought out, and you put too much effort on your presentation. It was really nice. So how much time did this project take you to complete from start to finish?
Around 2-3 weeks, something like that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, we worked more intensively in the last week.
Yeah,
2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, that's impressive. If you spend really 2 weeks. So on the phase 2 of your project, you mentioned that you studied what sensors microbit has.
Yes.
So can you explain which of these sensors of the microbit you used and why?
Okay. So first we use the light sensor, so we can know when there is the need for the LED light, and then we use the sound sensor to know when there is cars, and again to know when do we need the light.
So you use the light sensor and the sound sensor from the microbit.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Can you please once more explain to me what's the use of the vertical lines in front of the car?
This vertical lines is just to make enough sound so that the microbit can measure it and send a thing to the LEDs.
So how would you implement it in real life? What would you do? What would you suggest?
I believe that in the highway you have those little metal plates, yeah, that when the car passes, it makes enough noise for the microbit to censor, I believe.
Okay. And in the last part of your presentation, you mentioned that LED pollution causes some ecosystem problems, right?
Yes.
Can you explain one small ecosystem problem caused by light pollution?
For example, light pollution may affect mainly nocturnal animals, for example, bats. And bats, for example, are very important animals in the ecosystems because they eat like 1,000 bugs each night, which helps managing and helps as well with our life and our health. So if one part of an ecosystem is affected, it will affect the entire ecosystem.
Thank you. If you had like 2 more weeks to work on your project, what would you change?
Probably like these tubes that were a little bit of improvising, and like maybe put like a little thing of metal or something around here so that the light doesn't go up as well and just goes down.
Static work.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's more than aesthetic. It's about reflecting the light and not letting it escape, through the sky. So that was a very clever solution. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Where did I see
you?
Very nice team working. I'm impressed. Marilia, you should be proud of your students in such less time as George and Konstantinos mentioned. I imagine if they had 2 months, then we would see a mock-up there with for a solution about light pollution that it would impress us all here. But still, at least personally, I'm impressed for the team working that you presented. Guys and girls, you were
very well.
Quite perfect. So, is Cascade Future, the team from Cascade, ready? And I'd like to welcome Vinicius Oliveira from Cascade and Sandra Bernardo from the particular school. And I'd like to unmute their microphone and come with us. Hi there, Vinicius. Glad to see you.
Hi.
Bom dia.
One second.
Okay. Francis, would you like to add something in order to...
I think it's okay now.
Yeah, I was just saying, Vinicius, you're too loud. While you're getting your sound heard, I really am impressed. The questions I had about the last project, the student team answered by the time they got to their end of the presentation. I liked the way that they were sharing how they thought, how they tried something, how they discovered an issue, and because I thought, electric cars don't make a sound. How are they good? And then they said, oh, well, we put rumble strips. So I'm loving to see the identification of problems and coming up with a solution. Vinicius, it looks like your sound is good, so I will back out again.
All right. Okay. Francis. Vinicius, are you ready?
Aris, the school now, Cascais Futuring. It's okay?
Yes.
So the computer for Cascais Futuring is another one.
All right.
Name it Cascais Futuring.
Sandra Bernardo.
Yes, this is it.
These are the guys. Okay, I'd like to put you on stage, Vinicius, since you waited for your time, and I'd like the team to present themselves and their project.
Yeah, I'm in the same place with the team. You can see the team there.
Okay. Hey there.
So I will help them to the microphone and this. So you can put me in the backstage. Vinicius,
I will do so right now, Vinicius. Thank you. And Team Cascade Future, the stage is yours. I think you must unmute your microphone there. It is unmuted though, but I cannot hear you. Or speak a bit louder, probably.
It's working now.
Is this
Now it's working.
And now?
You have to unmute it because now.
And now it's working?
Now it's working, right?
Not so good, but this is it.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Barbara.
I'm Vijito.
I'm Florian, Cascais Future Group. Our model is quite simple, but it shows us the solution to light pollution.
So here we have, we used to, as an example, one bad one and two good ones, two good examples. And well, the bad ones, of course, they don't have a roof that stops the lights from going up. So, and instead of just illuminating the ground, it also illuminates the sky. That isn't good. That affects our environments and, of course, our view over the constellations. We use the A and B button to simulate the consortium, which I only use for the bad examples. So if we turn on with the A button of the microbit, it turns on, of course, and with the B button, it turns off. I don't think you can see here, but it is turning on and off. And for the good examples, well, we use both the light sensor and the motion sensor. Here is the motion sensor. If both the light is under a certain light level and the motion sensor captures motion, the lights will turn on, but they will not just turn on, they will be turned on in series. As you can see here, first one turns off, then the other one, to simulate the movements of the pedestrian or the driver who's going through the road. Now here's just turning on and off, but if we make some movements here, it turns off, and as you can see in series, first this one, then this one, and when it turns off, also in series, first this one, then this one, obviously. And as for the circuit, and well, we use a program that uses the function, and we use the pause function to create the turning on and turning off in series. As you can see here, well, first we have the light level, which is less or inferior to 0 here, but well, if we put something more than 0, it will be too high, so we put 0 here, and we have this condition, but we also have the motion sensor. If the digital red is on pin 0, which is the motion sensor, where the motion sensor is connected, well, if it captures some information, then the lights will turn on, but only if the light level is inferior or equal 0. We also have the functions here that are connected to the lights, and we also have the A and B button to simulate the consortium turning on and off the bad examples. So this is basically it, what we have to say for now. Here, we'll show you once more the lights turning on and off. Wait, we have to put the motion sensor here. Here. Okay.
This happens in live events, and you had a very good presentation there. So, George Konstantinos.
Okay, so thank you very much. It was a very nice presentation. I want to ask something. I see in your lights different hats over these columns with your lights. There are 3 different types of hats.
Oh.
Why is this?
Entendeu? Você tem 3 diferentes tipos de. Oh, okay. So we try to create as much examples as possible. Of course, we just created 3, but we wanted to create examples to show possibilities of what the street lights could be. These ones, they have a little roof that stops the lights from going up and also polluting the sky and our vision of the sky. But we also have a bad one that, well, it's basically an example of what it shouldn't be. So, yeah, this one pollutes the environment and also the sky. And, well, we wanted to create a better example, but we couldn't because, well, the lights are too dim. So they aren't as well as we predicted they would be. But just
so if you had the choice, which one of the 3 models of lights would you choose? If you had the choice, if you could choose, which of the 3 types of lampposts is the best?
Qual desses você escolhe como melhor? Well, this one, because it's not only illuminates the grounds, but also it's pointed to a certain direction that is the roads, and also the people, also where the people and the cars will go through.
Okay, and what did your team members do for the project?
Okay,
well, I built the model, and
well, we both created the program, and well, also I made the program to print the model and the buildings and also the lights. And well, also we both the circuits, which is under the model. And well, we can't show it now because it's good to the downside, to the sides.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And congratulations to Sandra Bernardo, your teacher and inspirer for this project that you showed us. Nice to see you on screen. Teachers, good teachers are behind nice projects like this, the one we saw. And I'd like Escola Carcavelos to get ready for their next 2 projects. So, Vinicius, Sandra, guys from Cascade, bon dia, and let's get ready for the 3rd team from Escola Carcavelos.
Hello. They are ready.
Yeah, no, man.
We are waiting for you.
Hello, good morning. My name is Nelida. I'm 13 years old. I'm part of the group Let's Make a Better World.
Hello, good morning. I'm Inês. This work is interesting to do because programming is incredible and I think that
Good morning, my name is Darcia.
Jesus, Calimera, amen. Let's talk about the materials we use and the way we intend to reduce light pollution
as always, turn it like down so as not to hurt fly animals.
I really enjoy being able to participate in this project. My group and we worked, played, danced, and had a lot of fun.
For the base of our models, we use hole all around. We use cardboard. We made them buildings and 5 lamp stands. We use carbonate. For the lamp stands, we use cardboard strays and plastic strays. Our model is based on the condominium. We also have a swimming pool and a field. We also have the security guards house or lights air. Positive in technology place and our lights turn on at the certain time.
The lights come on at night and during the day. They are off when a personal passes. The light comes on the right, and then the front on comes on at the back on goes off, and always like that. And
I don't know if you can see. The lights are, the lamps are become light. One at a time. Okay, one at a time, and they are becoming open for a while. It all depends of the time it needs to a person pass by. That's what it missed. We didn't measure the. They are too young to do that kind of measurements. But the time that the lights need to be open, it all depends of the time a person took to pass in the street. I don't know. I think it's not very well visible, but it's like that.
Okay, these are the illuminated team, right, Maria?
Sorry. Yes. No. No. This is the one that has a big name.
Let's get a better word.
Yes.
Okay. So let's have the questions from George and Konstantinos.
Okay, so I have one question for the team. What did you learn through your project? What was the most important thing you learned? Programming.
Yes.
Who did the programming?
Ines did.
Okay, and what was the most difficult part of the project?
Pôr os fios, tipo, nas coisas, encaixar os fios.
Make the circuit. It was not difficult there.
Okay, no, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. So, Maria, you have one more team?
Yes, yes.
The illuminated, right?
Light changers. The illuminated was the first one.
Okay, that was my mistake then. All right, congratulations, Maria. So, in order to give some time to your students of your next team, congratulations, because you have the record of 4 teams from a school. So
it's they are the same class. It's little works, but I think it's necessary to they improve their knowledge and skills and so on.
Exactly, that's the spirit. So, is the team ready?
Yeah.
All right, the stage is yours.
Hello, good morning. We are the group light changers of the basic and secondary Portugal school in Portugal. My name is Beatriz. My name is Mafalda. And my name is Juan. And we are going to present our work about light pollution. We start right away drawing our sketch and thinking about what will be the materials for our model. In the next class, we brought some of the materials like card, color for curtain, glue, and others. We start the real work by the base, gluing the green curtain and black and white for the street. And while we were doing this, we were measuring the walls of our building. We carrying on the work, gluing the walls. We covered the buildings with the colorful curtains and with drying windows on the final results.
We put the buildings on the base and finished them. For the lamps, our idea was to use a simple structure that covered the top of the lamp in a way to prevent light from being transmitted to the atmosphere. For this construction, we used empty pans and egg balls. We broke the top of the pan so that the 2 wires could pass through, and put pieces of the egg box to cover the light of the LEDs that we joined to the wire.
Moving on to the programming and technology, we start by programming the microbits on the computer on the site makecode.microbit.org for when the light level is below 50 and there is some kind of movement, the light turns on. If this does not occur, the light remains off. Then we start working with the wires and put it inside the pans, where we then stuck it in the model, so that the connection of the wires would pass underneath. And this is our proposal to reduce the light pollution. Hope you enjoy.
Okay. All right. Congratulations to you as well, George Constantinos.
Okay. I would like to ask, what sensor did you use in your project?
Sensores, usaram sensores.
The movement. Movement.
Movement. Okay, it's an infrared movement sensor.
Yes.
Okay, in order to be able to detect people, eh?
Yes.
Okay. And because I can't see from here, did you dim the lights or you open and close them?
Sorry, I didn't understand completely your question.
Yes, of course. Did you open and close the light, or you dim it? You control the intensity of the light.
Turn on and turn off. Turn on and turn off.
Turn on and turn off.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. So, what would you do next on this project? What would you change?
I think do a better lamps. Do a better lamps so the lights would really not transmit to the sky.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Aries, muted. You muted, man. Aries, don't hear you.
Of course, I was muted. I muted myself. So I said congratulations to you, Maria, and your kids for your efforts. You did a great job. I would like to thank Konstantinos and George for their comments and for being with us the last 2 hours. I'd like also to thank Francis for having the patience in this online event that we did it, I think, within time as scheduled. And this is a good thing for all. Thank you all for your patience. I would like to congratulate the kids from all the schools in Greece and Portugal. And as I said in the beginning, Francis, there was a Bulgarian school watching us. So I'd like a few words from you in order to...
Yes, thank you. As you know, this is part of a wider project. The robotics is one aspect of it. We had views shared from student teams around Europe in our student parliament quite recently, and we'll be sharing your proposed suggestions with political leaders in our final symposium, which will be held in October in Ireland. So you may have come to this as a school project or an out-of-school activity, but we feel that this is an important issue. The way in which you are planning to save energy, to reduce lighting where it's not needed, is something that is vital to all of us in Europe. We can't continue as we are. We know that. And we are relying on robotics and STEM literate students to be able to look at some of these thorny, troublesome, damaging issues about how we live and how we should live and how we can live on a changing planet. So I really appreciate the thought and effort you have put into this. I would love to have had a Belgian school, because in Belgium, they turn on the lights all night, all lights. They say it's for safety. And I think they could learn something from the students who have shared with us today. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Francis. Francis McCarthy from BlackRock Castle Observatory, our project coordinator. And I'd like now a few words from Vinicius. And I'd like also Vinicius to congratulate you for all efforts that you have done with schools from Portugal. And we did see, along with George and Konstantinos, very nice projects today. And I'm very proud of this. So, Vinicius.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Teacher Rosario.
Welcome.
Brasil!
Someone said my country. I'm from Brazil, so thank you again. Thank you, the group here with me of Sandra. They had
Sandra Bernardo and her team from Cascade.
Yeah, and thank you the teachers from Mafra. Very good, excellent work here. I think Portugal is really great representative here. Hello?
It's from Mafra, okay, the two teachers.
Mafra, yeah, this is. And of course,
to you as well.
Thank you the teams from Grace. It's amazing people there. It's a very good competition. It's not a competition, you know, but it's a very good work in this competition in robotic. And I think it's this Francis said and think about this. I'm very happy to be part of this team, this group, and thank you all. This is it.
All right, and I'd like a few words from George and Konstantinos as well. Our mentors, since Vinicius, you mentioned that it's a non-competitive category, and we chose this. And please.
So I want to thank all the students, the kids that are involved in this nice, let's say, competition. It's not a competition. All the projects that we saw was very, very interesting, very nice. And I want to say to the kids that they have to continue this work, and next year and the other years with all the other projects that they can involve in. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Shomir, for your presentations. I think that the most important aspect is empathizing with a certain problem and developing a thought process so that students can formulate and present a solution. I think that's the most important aspect above all. Thank you again for your efforts and good luck with whatever you're doing in your projects. Thank you.
Thank you, Konstantinos, and congratulations to Marilia and Luciana and to all teachers, because I know as a teacher, as an IT teacher, that they do give too much effort on what they do, and especially for the light pollution problem and the solutions that they presented us today. And I'm very grateful for this, for all your cooperation and patience. So that is a wrap up for today. Thank you all, and congratulations to all teams. So have a nice time, and do whatever you do with joy and whatever you wish for your lives. Thanks. Right, that's nice.